Welcome to your daily focus for March the 17th, 2023. The sky's on fire. We have Neptune sitting at 25 degrees of Pisces, and with it, the sun is sitting there at, I think, 25 or 26 degrees. Mercury is sitting there at 25 degrees. They're all hubbed together, sharing the energy, working collectively together, and they're all squaring Mars. So, we'll talk about how that works into our lives, how we can utilize that energy to go forward. Let's start at the beginning. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. We have the 17 energy today, and the 17 energy is all about making the impossible possible. The 17 energy is breaking through those glass ceilings. The 17 energy is clarity coming in, knowledge coming in, understanding coming in on how you can go forward, how you can create the life of your dreams. 1 plus 7 is an 8. That's all about abundance, growing abundance, bringing abundance into your life. And how do you do that? You do that by embracing your courage. You do that by embracing your strength. Walking with a sense of integrity. Your word is your bond. If we do the numerology of the day, we would do a 3 plus an 8 plus a 7, which gives us an 18 energy. That's our inner child. That's our soul. That's our heart center. And it's about finding that balance and knowing ourselves, okay? Over the last several days, with all this action in Pisces, it has about sitting back and looking within and getting to know yourself a little bit better. Understanding what truly makes you happy, not somebody else's opinion of how you should be happy, why you should be happy, but how you embrace happiness, joy, love, abundance, growth, passion. It's about finding that inner balance, that inner stillness, and tapping into it and allowing your self expression to emerge from that. 1 plus 8 is a 9 energy, and the 9 energy is about completion, but completion with purpose, completion so that we can make space for the new things coming into our lives. Absolutely. We have the sun in Pisces. We wake up and the moon will be in Capricorn, but I think somewhere after breakfast, but before lunch, the moon will pop into Aquarius and stay there for a couple of days. So we go from that taskmaster and our obligations and our responsibilities to more of a collective fairness and thinking outside the box. Okay, Mercury, Sun, Neptune, squaring Mars. I guess that is the highlight. So who is Mars? Mars is our warrior. He wants to go forward, and he's arguing with the Sun, Mercury, and Neptune. So Neptune, what is Neptune? Neptune's our dreamscape, our psychic abilities, our creativity. What is the Sun? The Sun is I am. It's us growing, being the light. And then we have Mercury, and Mercury is our thoughts, our words, our communication. Now, since it's all squaring, a lot of things won't be making sense, okay? It'll be very difficult, actually, to make sense of anything, okay? And we'll have trouble expressing ourselves clearly. We'll have trouble understanding our dreams and what they mean to us. We will want to jump to conclusions. We will say the wrong things. We will have a tendency towards just talking before or speaking before listening, okay? So 2 ears, 1 mouth. We have to keep that in mind today, okay? Listen. Take it in. Okay? Don't allow yourself to have this rush trigger in your mind saying, I got to think of this now. I've got to make the decision now. I've got to come with a response now. Take it back a little bit if you can. Now, on the good note, Venus and Saturn are getting along up in the sky. And Venus and Saturn together, relationships. We don't want that romance and affection kind of stuff today. We want more of stability, security, trustworthiness. Okay, and we are willing under this kind of energy to sacrifice short term for long term potential. So it brings in a very calming influence in our relationships, and it strengthens the relationship. Or it could be money. Okay, Venus is money as well. So, okay, our shadow card for today is the King of Pentacles, the abundance, the King of Abundance. Okay, does he take risks? Absolutely, but it's educated risk. So today we could make some powerful decisions on how to go forward in our finances, growing our wealth, growing our financial stability, working on that budget. How do we do that? We have to think outside the box, but we have to go by the tried and true tradition as well. We can't just throw that away. So we have to combine the two. We have to take something that is true, that's traditional, that has a sound basis to it. And then we have to kind of think outside the box a little bit about how do I make this my own? How do I incorporate it into me as the brand going forward? Our first card, look at this. I think that was the last one out yesterday. First one today is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is about where our focus is and where our focus needs to be. Is your focus being pulled away to other people's dramas? Other people's agendas? Or are they on your agenda, your path, what you want to accomplish, what you are working towards? So it's thinking about those seeds we planted way back when, or the seeds that we want to plant going forward, because we're days away really from a new moon, and making that commitment. So if it's something that we have been working towards, how has our commitment been? And do we need to raise that commitment? Do we need to change that commitment in some way? Do we need to make it more workable, or something that we can actually show up for and commit to and really be able to be present in the moment? So if you were writing a book and you committed to a page a day, are you doing that page a day? Are you showing up? Do you have a set time when you just put that energy towards you, writing that page? So where are you trying to move forward? What goals have you set for yourself? And are you showing up? Are you present? Because if we put a seed in the ground and we come back in 6 months, chances are there won't even be a plant there, much less a harvest. So when we plant that seed, we also have to put the commitment behind it, and understanding that commitment and what it takes and what it evolves. And it could be that we are looking forward, but a part of me is thinking that we're putting on some kind of completion onto some of the goals, some of the milestones that we set for ourselves way back in the last new moon. We have Judgment. Well, this is about not being too judgmental towards others. Okay, you don't know their path. You don't know their walk. You don't know what they've been through. And they may look rosy on the outside, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's rosy on the inside, or vice versa. So don't be too quick to judge others today. Absolutely, when this card comes out. Be a little easier on yourself. We're very judgmental towards ourselves, especially with this card as the first one, because if you've made a commitment to yourself and you haven't been showing up, now you're going to start beating yourself up. The Judgment card comes out to say, no judgment. Okay? You're in the right place at the right time. There is time to work the plan, to go forward in what you want to do. Okay, so stop kicking yourself. Stop telling yourself that you're lazy or you're unorganized or you're scatterbrained or you waste time or whatever that negative self-talk is that you do. Just stop it right now, okay? Because we have the Judgment card out here. Now, also, we are being judged, right? We are asking for certain things in our life, but are we showing up to show our commitment towards gaining those things in our life? And if you have been working towards it, the Judgment card is usually one that says you will be rewarded in some way today. under this energy. Somebody might give you a compliment. You might compliment yourself. You might see with clarity and understanding just how far you've come. And then we have the moon card. The 18 comes out. The moon card is about our emotion, our feelings. So once again, what is happiness to you? What is joy to you? How do you bring joy into your life? How do you bring happiness into your life? How do you bring love into your life? How do you express love? How do you put it out into the world? How do you create joy? How do you know when happiness has arrived? What are the telltale signs? Okay, this is getting one-on-one with your emotion, with your true feelings. And not necessarily going by everybody else's opinion of what should make you happy, what should make you laugh, what should bring you joy, but rather your own interpretation of that. And that is when we can let our self-expression shine. That is when we start to feel the freedom and the liberation, because we know who we are. And maybe not totally, but a little bit better. So yes, today is definitely a day when we want to pull in a little bit with this 18 energy popping up, the moon showing up, that we want to tap into our self-expression. We want to tap into our emotions and then allow that emotion to be our freedom. And maybe it shows up in the artwork you do. Maybe it shows up in a conversation you're having. Maybe it shows up in something that you are doing for the community or the home or the family. Maybe your own spirituality. With Neptune, Sun, and Mercury together there, that is all about your psychic abilities, your spirituality, your dreamscape. And yeah, so we could almost have this information overload kind of today. We'll have trouble expressing ourselves clearly, but that will help us to determine where we have a problem expressing ourselves, where it doesn't flow, where we need to gain a better understanding of our own self and our own creativity, our own uniqueness. We'll get a mantra card. So it's really not the easiest energy to walk through, but really take it back. Meditate, pray, contemplate happiness, joy in your heart, and what that means to you, and how you bring it into existence, and where you need to bring it into existence, how you express yourself. The peacock, raise your standards. The peacock shows up, raise your standards. I'm going to hold that card up so that you can meditate on it while I read the author's note on this. So just take a nice deep breath in. Let go of some of that tension that you carry around with you. We all do it. We pick it up as we walk around. We forget to let it go again. So there's usually pictures within pictures within pictures with this artist. So maybe something calls out to you. Take note of it. The peacock is possibly one of the most beautiful creatures of the world's animal kingdom. It's also believed to be the most virtuous and embodies admired characteristics of integrity and loyalty. Like the peacock, you need to embody these qualities important for friendship and family unity. Be encouraging, selfless, enrich the lives of everyone you meet. The peacock is also very protective of its young and will provide for and protect them under any circumstance. This card can also be seen as an indicator to better yourself and to raise your standards, to be more like the peacock. The mantra is, I love and care for everyone I know. I love and care for, which is part of our heart center, right? So think of those people that you love today. How you want to enrich their lives with a good thought, sending it their way. Okay, we'll get an animal card. And today we have the sea otter, happiness. So it's all about finding our joy, our happiness center, right? Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let go, let worry go, and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. So the sea otter is all about being the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Release some of those expectations of what people say. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to act in this way, that way. When we stop being children, when we stop skipping down the sidewalk, okay, when we start maturing, that's when our dreamscape starts to close a little bit on us. That's where we can't imagine as much as we could when we were younger. Because our imaginations flowed so much, everything was possible. As we grow older and older and we stop skipping down the sidewalk, we start to get a little bit more, well, this isn't possible, and that's not possible, and I don't have any talent for this, and this I tried once and it didn't work out, so I'm not going to put myself out there again. And we start to close ourselves in from our dreamscape. We start to build that glass ceiling without even realizing it. We start putting the limitations into place. It doesn't allow us to express our happiness, our joy, in the way that we should be celebrating it each and every day. So today, definitely a day to look within. A day to get to know yourself better. To understand the mystery of what makes you happy. What brings out passion. What motivates you. What are your desires? Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.